Well, howdy ho. This is a video to prepare you for the upcoming section, 7.2, Sum of Difference Trig Formulas. Please take notes. I'm basically just going to give you the formulas today, remind you of a few things that you're going to need to be successful in this section, and then next class I will do a bunch of examples with you. Okay, so there are all these sum of difference trig formulas, and this is the first one for sine. So if you have sine of a plus b, you can't just distribute the sign. It's not equivalent. You have to use this formula. So the formula is sine a, cosine b, cosine a, sine b. You might see this written a little bit differently, and I'll talk about that later, but the main thing is that each function, sine and cosine, get to have a term with each letter. So you'll see sine a, sine b, cosine a, cosine b. Okay, and there always has to be an a and a b together. And if it's sine, the sign is the same. So you can see the subtraction formula here. Sine is the same. It's the same exact thing. It's just with subtraction. Okay, so sometimes you'll also see this formula written as like this right here, where you've got the plus or minus, and the pluses are both on top and the minuses are both on the bottom. So same exact thing. So here are your next formulas. Cosine is a little bit different. You're still going to have a and b, but you're going to do cosine, all cosine, then sine. And the signs are opposite. So if this is plus, that's minus. If this is minus, that's plus. You're going to want to memorize these. I've even seen some videos with some like funny little songs, but and I can show you more of that when we get back to class, but just practice writing them over and over again. Okay, and look for little things. Like I said, sine is the same. They all have a and b every single time. It's just a matter of, with sine, it's always sine, cos, sine. And with cosine, it's all cosine, all sine. Okay? And like I said, you may see that written a little bit differently. And so those versions are down here. So this notation is reversed because plus goes with minus, minus goes with plus. Okay, so make sure you have those formulas. That's all I'm going to give you as far as new stuff. There's one old thing that you need to be really good with this section, and that's the unit circle. I know you're so excited about that. So let me just quickly go over how to use the unit circle, and we're just going to do the most basic, like trig functions with this. So we're not going to do a lot of we won't be doing cosecant with this section. We're not going to be doing like negative numbers or really big numbers. It's going to be pretty standard. So I'm going to go through some examples like that, and then I want you to try some on your own just to be ready to do this next time. So quick reminder, remember sine is your y value and cosine is your x. And then with your trig identities, you just had a quiz on this. Tangent is your y over x, okay, or sine over cosine. So if you are doing sine of 30, you're going to find 30 on the unit circle, and then you're going to find the y value. So sine of 30 would be 1/2. Cosine of 45. So here is 45. Cosine is x, so the answer is radical 2 over 2. All right, I'll do a couple more. So cosine of 120. Come over here to 120. Cosine is the x, so the answer is negative 1/2. That's all we're going to be doing. Now, when you get to the tangents, you're going to have to do y divided by x. So for tangent 45, you take y divided by x. Well, if y and x are exactly the same, when you divide them, you're going to get 1. With the 30s and the 60s, you might have to rationalize. So when you do tangent of 30, 1/2 divided by radical 3 over 2 you're going to have to flip and multiply. And you have to rationalize and clean that up. So what I want you to do is really focus on being strong with this so that next class, when I'm introducing something new, you're not struggling with the old stuff. Okay, so take some time, solve these, have me check them when you're done. Please ask for help if you need it, or look up some more videos on how to use the unit circle, but keep in mind it's just very basic problems like this, and you can even make up your own. You can pick any number on the unit circle, whether it's in degrees or radians, and then find sine, cosine, tangent. Okay, so that's it, and if you have those formulas memorized and you know how to use the unit circle, you will be prepared for next class.